One of the good things about backtracking to the outpost was that I could deliver the mouse or the mail to this mouse. Traveling nomad mouse, correct? Name's Parakarry. I deliver letters. I believe I have one for you. Hang on a moment. Another letter duly delivered. A postman's job is never done. A letter to me? From Mustafa? I've heard the name, but I can't remember who he is. Anyway, thank you for delivering it. I'm surprised that you found me way out here. It's extremely hot traveling in the desert, so take care. Oh yeah, take this as my thanks. Don't hesitate, please take it. Get a star piece out of the deal for delivering this letter. Very nice. And now we continue with the ruins. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight and welcome back to Paper Mario. Previously, we started our time in the Dry Ruins in order to begin our search for the next star spirit. Today, well, that's exactly what we're gonna do. As I miss that multi-bounce, great work, me. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Continue with the Dry Ruins and hopefully might be able to find the next star spirit. As well as solve whoever this Koopa seems to be lurking in the shadows of these ruins. So to start things off, we landed in a fight with more of these Buzzy Beetles. Just want to get all those flipped over first before I say some more information about them that I didn't get to go through in the last episode. So these Buzzy Beetles, like with the Swoopers, are capable of hanging on the ceiling. Not always, but it does happen every once in a while. When that occurs, that they are susceptible to being shaken off with Quake Hammer. That's how you're able to take down all of the enemies that are hanging on the ceiling. So that's something you should keep in mind for future reference, not just for the ruins, but for any enemy that you do find hanging upside down. I'm fairly certain that Hammer Throw might work with ceiling enemies as well. It did work with the Swoopers, but I don't remember if they do affect the Buzzy Beetles if they're hanging upside down as well. I might try that out the next time we do happen to find a Buzzy Beetle and they are hanging up above. Ooh, hello. I forgot that we found another super block in the Dry region. Okay, I'll take it. Now, which partner to upgrade next? We already got the best out of Bombette. And that was pretty much my first choice, no matter what was gonna happen. I guess we'll go for Gubario. That charge ability will be useful in the future in certain fights where we do need to up our strength a little bit. And he was pretty much the best choice out of the remaining 3 parts that we had. I could do for Dizzy Shell with Cooper, but I'd rather take the charge ability for Gubario any day. So we go in here. There's this wall, and there's a specific gem over there that we'll have to go back for later. Go to this room. Aha, there's a Buzzy Beetle over there. Okay, he happens to bring the fight to us, fine. And he happens to be hanging above the ceiling as well, or at least as his friend. So let's see if my theory will be correct. We can't target it. Nope, it doesn't work on damage, but yes, it does knock it down from the ceiling. So it does have some benefits when it comes to upside down beetles. That's good to know. But I'm pretty sure to hedge my bets on if we do come across another one of these, which happens to be one right here, then Quick Hammer will be the way to take it down from the ceiling. We happen to have a swooper here as well. So let's see how Quick Hammer will affect that upside down beetle. Alright, I guess I'll take it, Burley. Thanks. So this spell increases our attack power from the Quake Hammer. That will take down the ground beetle. Oh, it took down everybody! Wow, that was really helpful. A lot more than I was expecting. Thanks, Burley. So right before us, there's a map on where we need to go. I think the pink dot represents us. And the other dots represent where we can go in terms of our main objective, in terms of the ruins. So I guess we'll head right next. We're already venturing on this path, so might as well. With swoopers hanging upside down, they can be taken down by the hammer attacks, but that's not all. An item like a power block can also shake them off the ceiling, or having someone like Paracarry take them off the ceiling will also help as well. So there are multiple ways to deal with swoopers in the case of trying to get them off their perch. And swoopers are susceptible to mostly everything in terms of status ailments as well. But you're very much off with dealing with the swoopers by regular means. I mean, you could go for status ailments if you want to on swoopers. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying that regular attacks will be enough to take them down. So backtrack a little bit. There is a lot of openings here in the ruins. Next up, we'll have Paracarry carry us over there. Ah, more of these stairs. Wait, come on, don't go in that room! Oops, I mean...
Flee down while you still can. If you continue up, you'll feel a horrible curse.
Suddenly, Duke Koopa is feeling very shaky. I wonder why. This room is apparently very important to him in some aspect. So obviously that means we gotta go through it and see what all the newfound stress for Duke Koopa is all about. It's a little more complicated than the last room we were going through in terms of these stairs. Shouldn't be that hard to get through once we do experiment a little bit on what this room can provide. Sure enough, we already have found the second switch here, so wasn't that hard to go through. Then we'll make our way back. Then go up these stairs, and we're pretty much done. And since we have a treasure chest symbol over there, that obviously means we got a big reward lying in our future, short-term wise. And here's what I was looking for, at least one of the main items, the Super Hammer. The attack of Mario's hammer increases. On top of that, you can now destroy stone blocks, which means these blocks like this before are nothing to us now. You can also see that Mario's hammer has changed from our upgrade as well. It's also applicable in the pause menu if I'm correct. Yep, right there, Super Hammer. That's pretty helpful. It's going to be a lot helpful in this dungeon specifically, since we have come across blockades in our way that we couldn't get by otherwise. This obviously means that we can now gain access to those blockades. Like with this one. Oh. Oh no. Oh, that's really bad news. I was not expecting to deal with this guy so soon. What to do? This next enemy is very, very dangerous. I think we might need some help from Goombario on this one to tattle our foe, and hopefully I'm making the right move here. We do have the charge ability for him now. Charge attack power, it goes up by 2, then returns to normal. Not sure this will be helpful against the Stone Chomp though, because as far as I remember, they have some pretty high defense. Stone Chomp's guards the treasure in this room. He's made of stone, duh. Max HP 4, attack power 3, defense 1. His jaws can supposedly crush a coconut. I don't know about you, but I don't want to become a snack. You and me both, Goombario. And as mentioned, these guys have some pretty nasty attack as well. I'm not sure what the best way to deal with them is, but I will try to paralyze them with stopwatch. Got a good refund out of it, but will this actually work on them? Come on, work, work, work. Yeah, it did. For 3 turns. Good, I got some time. I don't mind using the stopwatch here. Like I mentioned before, these guys can be very dangerous. And this would be a good time to test out Gubario's charge ability as well. This might be enough to go through their defense of 1. And all the while, I'll have Mario charge it with Refresh as well. Since you're running low on both H and FP. I need all the help I can get with this next one. I don't want to use more than one item in case I need to have more items for later on. You can stack more charging onto your selective partner, so don't think it's just a one and done thing. You are capable of stacking on charges to get more attack. And sure enough, that did work for this stone Chomp. I wonder if our new Fangled Hammer will work against these guys as well. Yeah, it does. It goes for defense and does just the same amount of attack as Gubario did. Speaking of Gubario, it's not worth risking to get another charge out of this, so I'll do nothing for now. Besides, that Stone Chomp had to use his turn to recover, which leaves it wide open for us to go in for the win. That was a lot more easier than I remember it being, mainly due to that. Wow, look at all those coins! Man, it's almost like Broly was here to help us out. And thanks to our victory, we get the Diamond Stone, a star-shaped stone found in dry ruins. Thanks to the stopwatch, it made that battle a lot easier. Stone gems are not something you should just be silly with. They are not pushovers at all. Take them seriously at all costs. I'm really fortunate that that battle turned out to be as smooth as it did, because I have had a lot of difficult runs with those guys in the past. So we'll go up here, get this key, another runes key, so there's going to be another lock we'll have to come across at some point in our time here. Stone Chomps had an attack that's called Body Hurl, which we did see in the fight, but they are susceptible to Dizzy, Shrink, and Stop like we just saw. So be sure to keep that in mind the next time you do happen to come across Stone Chomps as well on your playthrough.
Turn back, thief. Your time is running out. If you do not retreat, you'll be in grave trouble. I do not lie. You will regret it.
Suddenly that voice seems to be acting a lot less menacing than it initially did. If it was ever menacing to begin with. We'll use the key we just got to access this door. Go inside. Now we have another sandbank here that we can drain with this switch. Seems to be the right theme of this place, but then again it's to be expected for a sandy tube like this place. And not only do we raise the ground level, so to speak, in another room, we also get this little hint. Be sure to keep this in mind for later on, and we can see that one of the symbols happens to be the diamond stone that we did just collect. So you know this is going to be very important. So triangle, diamond, then moon. I gotta remember that. Hopefully I'll be able to remember that when the time comes. It's pretty obvious though what we have to get next. Find those other two shapes and then try to put them in their appropriate places. No Stone Chomp here. So that leaves the lunar stone, not the moon stone. A crescent-shaped stone found in the ruins, open for us to collect. And that Stone Chomp was apparently lying in a camouflage position. That's kind of funny, but also kind of strange. As helpful as Gubario was in the last fight, I'm gonna bring Bobette out. I'm very curious to see how much the regular Bob will do against a Chomp like this one. Ooh, a full knockout. That's what I'm talking about. Gubario's good, but nothing beats good old Bobette and her impervious strength. I cannot praise Bobette enough. I have tried time and time again, but my words do not convey just how powerful, how much of a brute Bobette is. I'm very glad she's on our side. Just like before, we got a lot of... Oh, I want to get all that stuff. Nah, 2 hearts ain't bad. We're still sitting pretty city at 12 hearts though, so I'm not worried too much about that. Even still, we got like the refresh skill, as well as the the items in our disposal as well. So that's 2 stones taken care of. It's obvious we need to get that triangle stone next. Where it is, though, I don't remember. Maybe I gotta backtrack a little bit, or there's probably another door that I did miss out on. We haven't got through yet. That might be it. Check up here first. Well, there was that. Pretty sure we could get to that stone block now. So we'll test out our new hammer on that, see where that unfolds. Well, not the way to go, but it got this little doohickey, an artifact. Wonder how that will be useful. So there might be a door over here. Oh, there was that. I may have gotten that already. This might be a whole other room, come to think of it. There was this sandbank. That leads us back to the beginning. Alright, so we gotta go deeper inside. Have I gone to that one yet? I probably did. And we'll check what this room's about first. Oh yeah, I think the room above was the room that we had to drain the sand for that room to be accessible. So we'll go in here next. Yep, here we are. There's stone block. But this Chomp ain't gonna waste any time for us to get that last stone. It's gonna take the fight to us immediately as Marl tripped over his 2 left feet again, as he happens to do in important battles like this. I ain't gonna hold back though. Been doing pretty good thanks to our newfound hammer. That's pretty much been a huge difference maker. In spite of all this stone chop bits that's been going on. And that takes it down. Man, that was getting off a lot of coins. That might be the most coins we ever got from all these chops. As well as collecting the pyramid stone, a triangle shaped stone, the last one we need to access the hint that we saw just a few minutes ago. So we'll head back there and place those stones in their rightful places to see what they unlock. I really like going through the ruins, believe it or not. It may look complicated, but it's fairly easy to go by, despite it being a desert-themed dungeon. This almost makes me think of this is kind of laid out just similar to a dungeon from The Legend of Zelda. I could actually believe that. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, guess I can't go back in there. As I was saying, this is pretty akin to how Zelda dungeon will be laid out. That's the vibe I get from going through the ruins. You'd think I would hate this because it's, well, a desert theme for one, and it's not really that fancy, but then again, these kind of levels are meant to be fancy. Despite that, though, it's pretty fun to go through. It's not that challenging, and if you know what you're doing, you get by the various enemies in here pretty okay. All in all, I really do like going through this dungeon. It impressed me a lot more than I thought it would on my very first playthrough. So that's why I have fond memories of this ever since. We put the triangle in there, then the diamond over here, and the looter right over here. And it's about to collapse. Marl's panicking like a maniac. No, it just lowers the floor down there. And now we can go back down here. And we got a heart block, which means something very big is coming up very soon. And I think we're gonna save that for next time. I actually didn't expect us to reach the ending this soon. It took us like, what, 2 videos to get to this point? I guess this place is a lot smaller than I remember it being. But I'm cool with it. Which means next time, we're gonna possibly finish off the Dry Ruins and hopefully find that second star spirit, as well as the source of Tootin' Koopa's voice. Until we meet again, farewell for now.